Hello, Kaleb Henry here for HuskerMax and Nebraska Cornhuskers on SI. It was announced on Friday that the Nebraska Cornhuskers volleyball team has another Gatorade National Player of the Year. Campbell Flynn, incoming Husker for this next fall, is the Gatorade National Player of the Year. She was surprised by teammates and family and friends, as well as decorated Olympian April Ross, a former Gatorade National Player of the Year herself before an outstanding career at Southern California. All of that on Friday, but of course, I was able to chat with both Campbell and April. Here is that conversation. How does it feel to be named the Gatorade National Player of the Year?
It feels crazy. I just can't believe it. I'm so honored.
Now, just as cool though, that surprise coming, everybody there, and a decorated Olympian in April Ross coming to present that for you. How cool was that experience?
Awesome. I got to meet her and she's really sweet. It's just again crazy and it just feels like a dream.
Now, April, what impresses you about Campbell and the little bit that you've gotten to know her?
Same about Campbell. Like she's super sweet, seems very humble and hardworking. And her mom was telling me about just some of her stories and how she cares about her teammates. Obviously, she's an amazing volleyball player, but I think it's this stuff outside the volleyball court that makes her even more special and is going to, I think, propel her to a lot more success at Nebraska and beyond.
Now, obviously, this is it's a pretty elite group that has won this award. What kind of group is Campbell joining that has won this award over the last few decades?
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking that to Campbell. Is that to me?
Yeah, April, to you, the group that Campbell is joining that has won the Gatorade National Player of the Year for volleyball.
Yeah, it's obviously a very accomplished group of volleyball players. I remember when I won it and was looking at the names, and not just volleyball, but all the sports. You're joining a very elite group of athletes, and you honestly feel like an obligation or a duty to uphold the tradition of excellence that has lived through the Gatorade Award. And but at the same time, like you just enjoy it and are honored by it. But it's an impressive group of people for sure.
Now, Campbell, you'll be joining actually somebody who just won this award a couple years ago from Michigan in Harper Murray when you get to Lincoln. How cool is that for you to be joining someone who has shared a lot of those same experiences as you and also probably feels a lot of that same obligation to live up to what that standard is?
I think it's great to have someone like Harper at my college because she's already starting to be a little mentor to me and I'm really happy to have her and I can lean on her too if I get a little overwhelmed and I'm just super excited to have her on campus with me.
Now, you're sitting next to a decorated Olympian, multiple Olympic medals. And when you get to Lincoln, there will be somebody not with beach, but with the indoor scene in Jordan Larson, also multiple Olympic medals. How excited are for you that you're sitting next to one and obviously getting to take in that experience, but you'll be going and learning from Larson in Lincoln for the next 4 years?
I think it's awesome that they just bring back to the community after having just an awesome career. So I think that also just learning from them and asking questions is really good. And I'm really excited to learn from the best.
Now, and then because it is Nebraska, April, I have to ask you before we go. You have some experience with Nebraska. You're the Huskers and USC way before either one was in the Big Ten. You guys met up in the early 2000s. Your Trojans got the best of NU in back in 2002, a top three match. What was your experience? Very early days for the John Cook program, but a program that has stayed very relevant over the last couple decades that Campbell will be joining.
Well, not the number one thing. The number one thing I remember is how hard we prepared to play Nebraska because we had so much respect for them. And it was one of our biggest tests before, if we wanted to go to the national championship. I also remember it being very cold in Lincoln. But yeah, I mean, it's such a storied program, especially now. And it just feels like they get all the best players. So I'm a little jealous because I'd like to see our SC team do better down the road in the future. But, you know, I think for Campbell to join that group of players is going to be so fun, and to play for John Cook and be with Jordan Larson, like you can't ask for a better environment, a better situation to pursue your dreams and your goals.
And another former National Gatorade Player of the Year, Allie Batenhorst, did go to Nebraska and then transferred to USC, so a lot of connections for you two there. Also, Lexi's son had been at Nebraska recently. A lot of Gatorade National Player of the Year connections for Nebraska. April, thank you so much for your time. Campbell, congratulations once again on winning this prestigious award.
Thanks, Kaleb.
Thank you.
There you go. Once again, thank you so much to both April and Campbell for giving me some time after a whirlwind of an experience for the future Husker, and of course, the past collegiate athlete and Olympian, April Ross. You can get a lot more on this story and plenty of other Husker stories as well by going to HuskerMax.com. All kinds of links right there on everything you've ever wanted to know about the Huskers and the future Husker and Gatorade National Player of the Year, Campbell Flynn. I'm Kaleb Henry.